3 novice sailors set out to Spain with the vague idea of sailing the Mediterranean. 5 days after arrival, we sailed 111 miles to Mallorca. We had an arduous time getting to Ibiza as well as back to mainland Spain. After a quick road trip around Spain, we're back on the boat and preparing for our next 100 nautical mile sail. This here is called a wind vane. It's a type of auto helm. When we got the boat, this was broken. We just med-moored here in this marina, and we had one of our lines accidentally going on it, so it pulled it even more, so it's pretty completely broken. So I'm gonna take it off. That's what a broken wind vane looks like.
Aquí
Yeah,
es de
yeah.
puerto.
Okay, okay.
¿Vale?
Es posible.
Aquí no puede estar.
We found an open slip and began our Mediterranean moor, which you can see by the exhaust that we are very new and the med moor is difficult. This is my 4th ever successful med moor.
Nice job, Jackson.
Dylan's been busy cleaning out the drains in the head using a chemical to do so,
Ooh, that's so bright.
which like burns through whatever's clogging it. And we were having a bit of draining issues here, so I figured, if we have leftover stuff, maybe we should put it in the sink. So Dylan put it in the sink. It burnt right through all the pipes in the sink.
Oh my goodness. Whoa, what is this stuff that we're working with here?
Not good.
No.
Both those hoses probably need to be replaced anyway. This is sanitary hose that we're gonna use underneath the kitchen because it's all they had. That amount of hose was like 20 bucks. Tara and Jackson put on a coat of varnish and we went to bed eager for our sail in the morrow.
It rained dirt last night.
All of this came out of the sky.
Yeah, and we had just varnished everything, so. Cast off the port side, cast off the bow, cast off the starboard, and unfurl the head sail and sail out of here. Go and cast it off, Jackson. Okay, I'm gonna start unfurling the head sail, so give me some sign. Jackson, what's that caught up on? That jib, that sheet? Yeah, it's all on. Okay, cool.
Our wind just died.
It'd be a lot easier to cast the stern off first. Okay.
There you go.
Throw it in.
You can probably just drop it in the water.
Alright, we're off.
Ease it out of the way.
There we go. We're gonna come around this, we're gonna furl in the head sail and then jibe. So let's prepare to jibe. You wanna trade? Alright, so go ahead and let's raise the mainsail. So Tara, ease the sheet all the way. Yeah. There we go.
We're sailing to Sant Carles de la Rapita, where we will be more anchoring for a few days and then hauling out the boat and cleaning it and working all.
Well, adios, Javea.
Yes, you were wonderful.
Right there. So what happened and what did you just do?
The head broke, and so this is a bucket of shit. I grabbed this big aluminum pole, known as a whisker pole in sailing lingo, and pulled out the Genoa as we settled into a run at a heading of 31 degrees, which we stayed at for pretty much the rest of our 25-hour sail. So we're gonna reef the Genoa. What that means is we're gonna make the sail smaller, and the reason for that is so that there's not as much stress on that sail, and then because it's starting to get relatively windy. I mean, we're probably sitting at 15 knots of wind, maybe a little bit more. Genoa is like super light, so we've been cruising at like 7 knots. So we probably want to bring that down to about 6 knots. In Sant Carles de la Ràpita, we finally lined up a boat survey after over 400 miles on the water.
Slightly leaking.
Yeah.
So you're looking for movement of the rudder on the stock, also any structural movement, and we're not seeing any. Which is good news. And then we hammer sound it to look for delamination. Yeah, you've got a bit of delamination.
We promptly cleared the deck and began our boat work. These are blisters. This is like a tool. It feels like you're cleaning up a wound to be preparing it to be dressed. I would like to, no sé exactamente, pero quiero.
One-to-one, eh?
I filled all the blister pits and holes with 2-part watertight epoxy. There were 2 spots of delamination on the deck. We drilled holes and filled the fiberglass with epoxy.
That's a mighty big box you got there.
Dometic coming in clutch for the win. Mobile living made easy.
Got another one, Tara.
Rubber scraper. Okay, I'm gonna need your help now.
Oh.
Acetone.
You are. I hope you fly for sure. Nice.
How's it going?
Good to see you.
That looks great.
Oh.
What are you up to?
Taking apart the head. So this is a sanitary hose that shit goes through, and over time it calcifies, gets calcium deposits, and so if you look in here, you can see that the diameter is like half, maybe a quarter of what it used to be. All that gray buildup there, that's calcium. That bit of anti-fouling, that can,
Yeah.
350 euros.
Holy.
Back in the water, it was the first time to try out our new dinghy davits.
It was ungusseted. Not quite loose.
First time using the dinghy. What?
Jackson!
I got you, buddy!
As you can see, I have never done this before.
Figure out how to do it better.
Yep.
It'll work for now.
We set off on our next 170 nautical mile sail to Cadaqués, Spain. Expecting to have to motor the latter half of the trip, we settled into our journey.
You're holding there, Jackson?
Yeah, okay.
See me.
Make sure we're gonna get through it.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you really love what we produce, consider supporting us on Patreon. I really appreciate all of you patrons. Thank you so much. Big love. Have a great one.